Well, I'm Ashlyn Kaye, and I'm joined here by Clifford White, who is producer of Hidden Science, one of the amazing new TV programmes that are going to be going live and broadcast on the People's Voice. And if you look behind us at the moment, people are absolutely captivated by the first broadcast with David Icke at the moment, which started about half an hour ago. And there's a real buzz in the air because, you know, we're all waiting for this live launch on 25th of November. Now, Clifford, you've been very busy in lining up a lot of the guests, haven't you, for Hidden Science. It's going to be one of the capturing TV programmes on the People's Voice. What's it been like getting involved with this?
It's been great. It's amazing. It's an amazing experience. Shall I take that? It's been an amazing experience. It's all happening very, very quickly. We got involved only a few weeks ago, really, in the whole project. And it's been a mad dash to get everything ready. And as you can see, this is the first launch now, which is going on in the background. The first televised broadcast that's going on now. David's been in there, as you know, for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that, talking about what the plans are for the People's Voice. It's all really exciting. It's kind of got a kind of feeling, I kind of liken it a little bit to what Radio Caroline must have been like when it first started. It's just this sort of, you know, just bolting it together literally at the last minute. People have been building, plugging things in at the last minute. Is the broadcast going to work? Are there going to be problems with that? People coming, people going, where should I be? You know, it's all got that sort of thrill, that excitement going on. And I suppose the other thing I'd liken it to would be it's kind of a little bit like a Live Aid sort of thing, where it's all sort of just happening really quickly. People are like, what am I involved with? I'm not even quite sure what it is yet, you know. Just come in and get involved. And like I said, that's how we've been involved, which is with the Hidden Science. The director of Hidden Science, John Webster, was involved before I came on board. But he and I had actually already spoken a couple of years ago about doing a show, similar sort of show to Hidden Science. It was going to be sort of about similar sort of subjects, you know, quantum theory and the holographic universe and electromagnetic waves and, you know, the effects that they have on the physical body, and looking at the health aspects of our technology that we're busy developing in this society that we're in, and whether there are effects, because obviously it's a bit like a juggernaut, you know, technology's just taken off in a huge way in the last 10, 15 years. And people haven't really had a chance to kind of look at the effects that technology is having on us as physical beings, you know. So that's, I suppose, the general gist of the Hidden Science programme, although we are going to be covering lots of sort of slightly more fringy sorts of subjects, like, is there a moon base on the moon? Did the moon landings actually happen? Which I know is not entirely a new subject, but we've got some great people coming in talking about it. Mars, is there a previous civilization on Mars? Are there pyramids on Mars that the government don't want us to know about? Was there a face on Mars? Did you ever see that picture?
I have seen it, I've seen that, the face on Mars.
Face on Mars, so that we're going to look at that. We're going to look at anything that has a scientific aspect to it. I mean, what's really important to us is this isn't just a fringe show. It's not just going to be about, you know, healing and, although some of that will enter into it, but the core of it is that it has to be scientifically verifiable. Or disprovable. So in other words, if it's possible to disprove it as well as to prove it, then it's of interest to us. I know that kind of sounds like a bit of a strange sort of backbone to it, but we really do want it to be a credible show. It's not just about you know, some of the fringy sort of stuff, but we want to present some credible scientific evidence for all of these things.
Tell us about the TV presenter that's going to be presenting Hidden Science.
Dr. Manjir Samantha Loughton. I actually met her previously, a couple of years previously, when she was doing a series of lectures in London, and she has actually particularly unique black hole theory of her own, which she's promoting, which is very interesting. And yeah, Manjir was actually involved, because she's friendly with David. She was already involved with Hidden Science before we came on as producers of the show.
Yeah, and of course Dr. Manjir is very well known for punk science as well, isn't she?
That's right, yeah, she's, I think it's her first book or second book, I'm not sure. I know she's done 2 books. I know she's got a third book that's due out or has come out or whatever, and she has her own following for this sort of the way that she covers science, which again is very similar, is sort of what's being suppressed, what's not really being promoted in the mainstream, but really is verifiable science. You know, this idea of communication across distance, you know, quantum communications, things like that. This is all sort of verifiable in scientific terms, but a lot of people just don't know anything about it, you know.
One of the things that really strikes me is how professional the whole setup is. You know, everybody's volunteers. It's a Sunday evening, and you know the place is buzzing with the top-notch people. And of course, Hidden Science is going to be one of the flagship shows, isn't it? It is. And the guest speakers that be coming on as well. We're hoping really, that so many people are actually really behind this, and it's just really exciting to actually be here. On that first broadcast, it's like it is the making of history. It really feels like it, doesn't it?
It really does. Yeah, I mean, it's. I don't think anyone's ever actually done something like this before, where you've had effectively a 24-hour live broadcast going on. Obviously, spinning with video and putting bits of video in songs. You can't literally broadcast 24 hours. I wouldn't fancy doing that. But and then that alone being a unique thing, but then again the subject material that's being covered, which is all the stuff that really you don't see on television. You don't hear people talking about their personal experiences, unusual experiences they've had. You don't hear people talking about their political views, because usually this stuff is pretty heavily censored. So David's opened up more than one door here. It's not just a single door. He's opened up multiple doors all simultaneously. And to a degree is sort of taking on the establishment, as with this Ofcom issue, that Ofcom have obviously said that it has to be regulated, what's said and done, which is obviously can put a limit on it, but and how we work around those issues in order to get people the information that they really need to know about.
I don't know, you actually said a minute ago or before, but it's like a juggernaut. It's something is in motion, massively in motion, and it feels it's got its own energy behind it. And you've been involved pretty much from the beginning with this, haven't you?
Well, I've been aware of what's been going on with his, because I follow David Icke's website, so I've been aware that it was coming, but actually come into it kind of a bit last minute, really, and sort of, all hands on deck, got to organise things really quickly, so we're doing our best.
Yep. And it's wonderful, there's a whole floor of a building here in Wembley which is dedicated just to this, and the live studio that's been set up, and amazing graphics, which, of course, when it goes live, you'll be able to see the graphics behind, when people are actually sitting being interviewed as well. But as you said, this is an important point now, because we are now capturing history in the making. This isn't one of the pre-recorded shows. This is, sitting, looking around at people absolutely, being very much part of this, and there's people waiting to go in to do, go on after David and so on. So, and later on we'll be chatting to other people who, have been very much a part of the People's Voice TV in the making, in which one of you are one of them. So thanks to Clifford White, who is producer of Hidden Science. Back to you.